Hey guys, Mubarak here of Penny Stock. Hope you're doing well. In this episode, I want to talk to you guys about some of the updates and some of the coolest new projects in the metaverse and Launchpad that I've been looking into in this whole space. So it's been a little bit of a time since I last did a review on these, but I have a very interesting project I've come across, and I've been spending a lot of time looking into various different projects and interest in the market and the blockchain community and the crypto community. And so I'm excited to kind of introduce this project and just help you guys walk through it and look at what important aspects there are, right? And so, ultimately, this space is pretty crazy. The amount of activity, volume, the people getting involved in the space and being participants has really just skyrocketed. And so what is going on now is there's certain projects that typically that if you were to look at first, like even what you see on the screen is probably not, the most comfortable or the most something that you would want to be a part of. But I want to show you guys just what's going on there with certain cryptocurrency meme projects and how to analyze them. All right. So in this scenario, we're going to be talking about the Schrodinger, and it's pretty funny because when I first came across this, I almost immediately pegged it as just like a little fun, project that I wouldn't give much into until I actually started going through it. So I want to talk to you guys about how you can kind of differentiate between active projects and projects that you wouldn't want to put any volume into, but really this one is an interesting one that's come across that is really helping us get to the next level. And so let's just walk through it. So the URL and all the links that I'm going to be going through, I'm going to be putting in the description below. But really one of the highlights that I want to introduce you to is Schrodinger is actually named after Elon Musk's cat. And so first I just thought it was a fun play off of it. But then when I actually looked into it and dove a little deeper, I was able to look at, the roadmap, the white paper, the team, and some interesting concepts of their Launchpad that they actually mentioned right here, and just want to go over what that is. And so let's kind of get right into it because they have it right away. So again, even though this is kind of based off of a cat, that's just if you've noticed some of the things going on in the NFT space with the, Bored Ape Yacht Club, the Crypto Kitties. I mean, these projects were laughed at years ago and are now worth, I think the cheapest Crypto Kitty is several $1,000,000. Same thing with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And so they're taking these kind of fun cartoons and characteristics and graphics, but it's really leveling up to a much higher level community. And so let's talk about what the Launchpad is, or what they're referring to as the KitPad. And so essentially what this is that it's almost like an accelerator or an incubator for new projects starting up. So that's a really fascinating part of the industry where any new cryptocurrency project coming out, they need initial levels of marketing, of outreach, community management. And so this project through the KitPad has already kind of facilitated that. And the reason that helps stand out is because what that means is that it's going to be a key player in not only focusing on its own project, but it's actually going to be an incubator on multiple other projects. So here you can see it mentions that the KitPad is going to help tackle rugs and scams. And rug pulls, as you guys know, is kind of one of the big problems going on in the crypto space, which has to do with the fact that it's similar to almost like the pump and dumps that used to occur, or still occur really in the penny stock industry, which is where, because it's unregulated, because cryptocurrency is a international scope and it's hard to facilitate regulation depending on where you're at, especially outside of the United States. There are bad players able to take advantage of kind of, unfortunately, people new to this space, and they're able to kind of do what's called a rug pull, where they're basically hyping up a project that really doesn't have much substance to it, that isn't really going anywhere, but they then just, raise a whole bunch of money and then run away with it. And so this project immediately starts to kind of give some protection in terms of the measures and focus that they're going to have on that. The second thing is really, a lot of these ventures end up being for profit. This might not be anything up your wheelhouse. And again, this isn't investment advice. This is purely educational and, just disclaimer there. But in general, I'd like to be able to back projects that have certain nonprofit aspects to it in any fashion, so these guys have it built up. And then what I think is the kind of number one aspect outside of the Launchpad, I would almost put them both at number one, that kind of helps the Schrodinger project really stand out, is the KitUp wallet, which is, once it's on their roadmap, which I'll show you, but they're actually going to be setting up a wallet so that you can integrate multiple different addresses, on the tons, like every single different cryptocurrency has its own kind of essential wallet that you have to then send or receive from, right? So if you're using something like Coinbase or KuCoin or Robinhood, you'll notice that if you're trying to send or receive or transfer cryptocurrency, you need to be able to access it through different wallets. And so the KitUp wallet, they're taking that into extent. So if you can see up here, you can see that like the MetaMask extension or the MetaMask wallet is one of the most popular ones, but there's a big opportunity in the crypto space for players like the KitUp wallet to come into play because, that's definitely something needed. And then the most incredible part of this whole situation, which is when I really started to understand and get more confidence and faith in the project, is the focus that they have on the metaverse play to earn game. So play to earn, P2E, is something that you probably haven't seen before, but it's gonna, depending on when you're watching this, is probably going to be the most important concept or technology to come out of 2022. Just like NFTs are everywhere, in 2021, and now, they came out years ago, like they were talking about it since 2016, 2017, but 2021 was really the year that it popped off. The same thing is going to happen in the metaverse and play to earn games for 2022. So if you're watching this video now, you're early into it and you want to be involved in anything that's legitimate in the space, because, with online video games, with esports, with Twitch streaming, all of this stuff becoming mainstream, any play to earn games that are done properly are going to become extremely prevalent and popular, because with MMORPGs, which is, think about games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, like those are like MMORPGs, and then play to earn games, they're the ones dominating, right? So you have some kind of card games or some smaller games in the NFT space and play to earn metaverse, but to be able to kind of be in focus with one of these is smart. So one of the things you want to always go over is, they're calling it Kittynomics, but the tokenomics of their supply and the breakdown. And really the key thing is understanding a few aspects: the roadmap, the white paper, and the team. All right, so this is the roadmap here, and I like how their kind of website is intuitively built to be able to go over what they're focusing on, and they have listed out their quarter by quarter goals in all of 2022. So in the first part of, right now it's February, in the first quarter, they're going to go over their Chainlink integration, their NFT launch. So Chainlink is great because it's such a comprehensive API that connects with a lot of different wallets. So you're going to be able to see these guys, they have the right mindset. They know that they're setting up their foundation and their initial infrastructure to grow. And so they're doing the wallet audit, they're building the Launchpad, and so they're having a burn in marketing. So I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, because the tokenomics and some of these concepts I'll have separate videos on, because they are so immersive and so kind of, important to the overall project. But you want to be able to make sure that if a company does not, if a crypto project does not have a roadmap, and a lot of them don't, you probably want to steer clear from it. So it's good that these guys actually have their goals, because then as you're going through, you can keep an eye on their achievements. And if they're not hitting their goals or doing what they're saying, you can immediately start to pull back before everything kind of falls flat on its face. So just all of the comprehensiveness of this project, the Kitty Ninja NFTs, what they have here, they're hitting the right type of aspect. So you can kind of go through here. These are linked to all of the different pages and press that they have. So this really gives it some good authenticity, and you want to be able to go through it. And I'll link a lot to it at the bottom. But this is a project that's doing all the right things. So you want to kind of use this as an example when you're looking to get involved with any project. Again, not investment advice. This is just the different features and kind of internal scoring mechanism we have here at Penny Stock and Altcoin Research, where you're trying to find the best projects. So you need to make sure that the smart contract has some sort of audit, and TechRate is one of the best companies out there. This is just to make sure that you can avoid any rug pulls that occur or any issues there. And then they have their KYC, which if you've set up any cryptocurrency account with like Coinbase or KuCoin or Gemini, you know that you have to probably put your ID in and take a selfie, and that's just making sure that they have all of their I's dotted and T's crossed. So definitely I'm going to link to this below. I really like it when they're able to actually link to either the Twitter accounts or the LinkedIns of the actual individuals involved. So you want to always have that, right? It's called doxing in this space, DOXX, but it's a concept that making sure that the people involved in the project, they're open to identifying themselves, and they're open to being, because if they're hiding behind fake identities, and don't mistake, when I was beginning, I was thinking, oh, these guys are just kind of hiding behind something, but they have their LinkedIns and their Twitters all linked here if you click through, and really they're just kind of posting about their NFT. So it's more like a marketing play, so that way what you can kind of get involved with. But all in all, this is one of the projects that I'd hold in high regard if you're able to kind of keep a track on it. I'll link to some more information and demos of it below so you can start understanding more of the product. But hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at admin, ADMIN, at inpennystock.com, or reach out to the team. They have all of their social media accounts listed below, and their Discord is very, very active. So definitely make sure you partake in it and check it out and do your own research. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Take care.